Hello everybody, bienvenido a todo. Welcome to Vablut with me, Vablut, and we are in, well, we're in the loading screen of Train Sim World 6. Where could we be going? What could we be doing? We are in the illustrious new route, otherwise known as Birmingham to Crewe. And we're going to run from Birmingham, would you believe it, to Crewe on a Pendolino. This was released today, this route was, and the base route itself I think only comes with the 350. But I think I have every layer basically. So that means I've got the Pendolino, Voyager, the 170, the TFW, Transport for Wales trains, and the sort of the electric trains from Preston to Carlisle. But let's get started because this is going to be a long one. This is like nearly an hour, this service. I will say this route it's an odd one. In the sense of, oh look, there's a Voyager leaving. Oh, there's another Voyager going to Newcastle. Would you believe it? What I will say is there's some quirks around this route. Some. But I think they're just like little. Yeah. And I think that's all I want on. Yeah. Turn on TPWS. Oh, I guess I can turn on the DSD as well, because it is what it is. Do I have my daylights on? Yep, I do. And I need to put my windscreen wipers on, and then I think we're done. Put them on slow. So yeah, this is Birmingham New Street, which is carried over mostly from Birmingham Cross City, but they've redone the lighting and stuff for the contemporary lighting system. And yeah, it looks lovely. Captures the vibe of the dank underground nature of it. These are the refurbished platforms and everything from the big refurbishment a few years ago. This is a Chunda, and I guess that's the bull ring. Doesn't look like that at all, but yeah. But yeah, that's the back of the cinema, the old ABC. And yes, those are the screens that were supposed to say welcome and train times, but just advertising, obviously. A capitalist hellscape. And oh, need to make sure I close the doors. They are locked. Right. Let's go. And we shall be, so in Cross City we go off down here where this 170, this lovely Cross City 170 is coming from, and that takes you down to Five Ways and then onwards to Bromsgrove and Redditch. But we shall be leaving through this tunnel straight ahead, which is the continuance of the West Coast Main Line up towards Wolverhampton, and then onwards to Crewe and the north. Oof. So yes. Yes. So that's Navigation Street, the Brutalist signal box. I think it's so funny that they modelled this car park perfectly, but this skyscraper, not at all like that. But anyway, oh, going too fast. Too fast. Into the tunnel we go, and this is the this tunnel takes us underneath. I think it takes us underneath Centenary Square, and then underneath the Symphony Hall and the International Convention Centre, possibly under the National Indoor Arena. No, I think we. That's a. I'm trying to think. Maybe around that area. Wow, look at those brick patterns, eh? Lovely. But yeah, we'll come out the other side. No, I think the National Indoor Arena is the other side of the canal, so we don't pass under that, pass next to it. So yeah, this tunnel, quite a long tunnel. built specifically so you could have through trains from the north down into Birmingham New Street and then onwards down south to London, which is what makes Birmingham quite interesting for its train stations actually, because all of its main 3 stations are through stations. So it doesn't have like a big terminus station yet, but when HS2 arrives, that will be its first big terminus station that doesn't have through platforms. So with New Street, you can catch a train from Scotland, stop in Birmingham, and then carry on through to London. And then with Moore Street, you can get started at Dorridge, Worcester, and then carry on through down to London Marylebone. And we are currently passing underneath the International Convention Centre, I think. And this wide tunnel is because back when it was built, they envisaged maybe they would build a train station there once, so they left space for platforms. They never did build it, and I think, yeah, we come out here. Oh no, that does look like the National Indoor Arena, doesn't it? Maybe it is then. Maybe it is. And then over here is like all these apartments, canal side apartments, and then we will join up next to the canal. There we go. Here it is. Huge canal. Birmingham, more canals than Venice. Not very nice canals, but still. It's a claim to fame. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, can I capture that with a picture? Can I? Let's try. I'm gonna try. I feel like oof. Yeah, come on. Yeah, there we go. A little bit exposed. I think that saturation composite. Ooh, not vignette. Oh yes. If I do say so myself, that's a beautiful picture. There we go. So onwards we go. And somewhere down here, oh yeah, I think this might be it. There used to be a bridge that took the railway over, and then it used to go in a big circle and then go down towards Harborne. And there used to be, I think there was, I can't remember how many stations there were on it. There was Rotten Park, which is like, is it Rotten Park? I think it's called Rotten Park, which is sort of next to the reservoir, Edgbaston Reservoir, and then there was Hagley Road, and then there was Harborne, and it was a little branch line, and it closed. I think it closed even before Beeching because it was so unused, because it wasn't very direct. Like there are more direct routes from where it was into town using a bus. So, but it would have been nice. It might have made a nice little. Oh look, another 170. Ooh, and it's a 3-car 170/6. So we are going to Sawell and Dudley, but we will be passing through Smethwick. And Sawell and Dudley, London, where I grew up. I should point out Sawell and Dudley is just the name of the station. It's not a place, really. Sawell is a metropolitan borough council made up of several small black country towns. Dudley is obviously a town that used to have its own station, but doesn't anymore. And this one isn't even very close to Dudley at all. But I guess to save face, they just called this one Sawell and Dudley for some reason. But it really, I mean, it really isn't anywhere near Dudley. You'd still have like a 20-25 minute bus ride to get to Dudley from here. It's really Oldbury. It's pretty much slap bang on the edge of Oldbury, which is one of the towns that makes up Sandwell. I think it's Oldbury, West Bromwich, Rowley Regis. Is it Rowley Regis? Is that no? Rowley Regis is Sandwell. I think this is Smethwick Rolfe Street, right? Yeah, and then we go through Smethwick Alton Bridge, which is lovely, actually. It's a dual level station. We have low level platforms and high level platforms. And the low level is the West Coast Main Line that runs through to Wolverhampton, and the high level is the Jewellery Line or South Staffordshire Line or whatever you call it. That's basically the line that goes from Snow Hill out towards Kidderminster. Shall see it. Sharp. So yeah, now the canal is way beneath us. Oh, we go through a tunnel and it forces us into the train. So that's Galton Bridge. And this is Galton Bridge Station. And that is the line. And that is the Galton Bridge, lovely iron bridge. And then this is the train station, which I don't think has any AI services that would take some diesel multiple units from Snow Hill towards Kidderminster. Actually, I think Smethwick is part of Smethwick, Cape Hill. That's all part of Samwell as well. I'm slowing down now because Samwell and Dudley comes up on you. So this is the M5 flyover that comes all the way through Albury, West Bromwich. Well, no, not really West Bromwich. Sort of skirts West Bromwich, and then cuts through Albury, like right through the middle of it. I used to have a friend who used to live in a little cul-de-sac that was like literally almost underneath it. Now you see, one of the quirks of this route, which I guess is like a bug that will be fixed, is that you don't have arrival times. And like you see how when I left the it made me sort of like the passenger started filling up again after the sort of departure time started. It does weird stuff like that. But I don't pay that much attention to the time up there anyway, because I'm never on time. So this is Samwell and Dudley, which is a very long platform. Like the Pendolinos do stop here quite a lot, even though it's a little through station, like little tube platform station. But it's long enough for like a proper 11-car Pendolino. It's a very 70s building as well, very 70s utilitarian, but I love it. And whenever we used to go to the NEC when we were kids, for like various things like car shows or whatever, we would my dad would drive us here, park here, and then we'd get the train from here to the NEC, to Birmingham International. And stop.
8:25 Avanti West Coast service to calling at Wolverhampton, Crewe, Warrington.
Look at that. These slopey roofs, very British Rail. Can you? And these tiled floors, I remember them and having to walk up there. Oh yes, look at this. 70s brick and terracotta tile. That is exactly what it is. That is exactly what this is. And then like wood paneling roof. Oh, I love it. Love it. If you ever grew up around one of these stations, that aesthetic is burned on you. So yeah, this is Samwell. So this is actually, Samwell is just like a name for a group of places. And then up there is Albury. And when I was a little teenager, sad, growing up in deprived West Midlands, and I was unemployed, I used to go to the job centre up there. And if I was late, they would basically say, you got to come back at the end of the day to sign on. And that's what you'd have to do. So I would come to the station and just sit here for like an hour and a half and watch the trains go by. How bleak is that? And this place is bleak, believe me. This is like Albury town centre, like destroyed with like roads. So the actual historic town centre, there's maybe 2 streets left. And then the rest of it is just a huge... You might know this if you grew up near one, a Saver Centre, which is like a Sainsbury's, but like huge. And it's huge. Like it had like a hairdresser's in it, restaurant, stuff like that, like properly massive. And it was a big 70s thing as well. So it looked really weird. I need to Google Street View that and see if it still looks the same. But it looked almost like plastic. Hard to describe. But if you grew up near a 70s Saver Centre, you'll probably know what I mean. So yeah. That was Albury. It was technically my local town, although because literally where we lived, everything between us and Albury was just cutting us off from it. So there was like a railway line, the motorway, the massive flyover, massive hill as well. So it's just like it wasn't really our local. And my mum and dad preferred Tesco, so we would go to Dudley for Tesco rather than to Albury Saver Centre. And then all around here is just like industrial. Maybe it isn't like that now, but just like big old industrial, and I mean like big old industrial, like they make industrial boilers and things like that, and it's just these sort of bleak factories and warehouses. Honestly, it was really surreal back in the day when you'd be like listening to like Arcade Fire, No Cars Go or something, and you'd be on the bus like on the 82 through Albury to Smethwick and be like, what the hell is going on? Like, life is bleak. So yeah, no wonder as soon as I turned 19 I was out of there to London, bright stars of London. And now look at me 15 years later. I mean 16, 17 years later, I'm in bright sunny Madrid. You have to go far outside of Madrid to find bleak places like that. But they exist. They exist everywhere. Those sort of industrial areas. And now look, the canal is back on this side. And we're on our way to Wolverhampton High Level. It's not called High Level anymore, it's just Wolverhampton. Because the low level station closed a long time ago. So you don't need a high level and a low level. Just but you can still see the low level, and it is modelled quite well in this game. What's this? Tipton or Dudley Port? I think it's Dudley Port. See, Dudley gets 2 stations. It's Dudley Port. Is Dudley Port? It is Dudley Port. Okay, the next one's Tipton. So yeah, if you buy this route, I think this route's like €36, but I will say it's worth it. Very well optimized. Like, first time I played it, no massive stutters or anything like that. Considering Birmingham New Street is full of trains, nothing. Crewe, I did arrive to Crewe and there was a few stutters, but there weren't that many trains there, so we'll see. Maybe it's more of an issue. Is this Tipton? Tipton? Tipton is a oh, I don't want to be mean to people from Tipton, but it is, yeah, just shithole. But I'm sure it's nicer now than when I remember it. Oh, I'm going too fast. I am going too fast. And there's a bloody red coming up. Why is there a red? What could possibly be blocking me? I'm a Pendolino. Don't you know who I am? It's a single yellow. I need to slow down. Oh, it's a double yellow now. Okay, that's alright. Well, I'm still going to slow down. Because it's snowy and the track is wet, so I'll saunter along at 45, I think, into Wolverhampton. Oh, gorgeous, isn't it? Gorgeous. Oh, we've still got a long way to go. So I always remember, if I ever needed to go between Birmingham and Wolverhampton, I'd always try and get the Pendolino. It wasn't that much. Well, it was, it might have been a good 10 minutes faster. If you got a local service, you would stop at like Dudley Port, Tipton. Whereas with the Pendolino, you'd only ever, at worst, stop at Sowell and Dudley. Or it would be right through to Wolverhampton. But they aren't as frequent as the local services, so. Because a lot of the Pendolinos that arrive to Birmingham terminate there and then come back. Which station is this? Which station is this? Cosley. Cosley. I'm getting something in the back of my head telling me about Cosley, but I'm like, I must have blocked it out in my head. Maybe my granddad's sister used to live there, great aunt. I always think, you know, your memories of like how sort of typical, or where did you fall on the sort of economic boom of the 90s? And I'm like, yeah, I remember going to like my great aunt's house to pick up a teas made from the 70s. Because my mom and dad wanted to have a teas made next to their bed. So like, yeah. And it was huge and hideous. And like, they can't have cost that much. just bought one new that was modern and small, but they insisted on picking this old one up. Almost semi-tempted to rent a car when I go back this Christmas and drive around these places, but I don't think I'd want to drive to Tipton. I did when I drove over from Spain to the UK last year. Did go to Dudley, which will takes you through Tividale and Rowley Regis. Oh, and Blackheath, because I had to drop my dad off. But yeah, I was much more growing up. I was always on the bus, to be honest, because all the stations that were near me were like between me and Birmingham the bus was direct basically. But if I wanted to get a train, I would have to go indirectly to the station and then go from there, and it never made much sense to do that. As a result, I very rarely took the train around to dilly and dally around Birmingham. So it would usually be if I was going not from home, like from a friend's house to the centre, or if buses in Birmingham always terminate in the centre unless it's the big circular one, which is takes ages to get anywhere. So if I was going to the other side of Birmingham, then it would usually make sense to go into the centre and then switch to a train, because it'd be quicker than switching to another bus. So that was where I would get most of the train travel stuff from. So weird to think about that now. And here we are arriving into Wolverhampton. And here is where the line into the low-level stations used to come. So it used to come down here, and then we'll see over there is the low-level station. I need to slow down. So that's Wolverhampton low-level, which I think is now a Premier Inn. And yeah, you can see the platform roofs just at the back. I think that was a beaching one that cut, because that used to link up with that was a duplicated line from Snow Hill to Wolverhampton, which beaching thought was surplus to requirements. And it then carried on where that student tower is, curved around and went to like Brierley Hill, and onwards to I don't know where it went from there. Oh, and then it linked up with Stourbridge Junction, so it would have gone to Kidderminster and Worcester. But that was all many years ago. And that all of that alignment, I think, is built over now. You're not going to make me go past that red. Oh, that was close. How close was I? How close was I? Oh my god, so close. Oof. So yeah, this is the student tower for University of... Where is... I always forget which way the university is. I think the university is over here. Or is it on the other side of the ring road? Because that's the ring road. And I remember you always had to walk under a big underpass to get there. So I assume you're getting out and then it's right. Oh, it's somewhere on there. And I love this multi-story back here. Where is it? There. It doesn't look like much, but... And they haven't molded it perfectly well, but it has these really nice staircases that, is that diesel? Oh, there it is. It's that 170, yeah. Has these nice little brick staircases that A, have the like National Rail logo on them, and B, they have these really nice curved windows. It doesn't quite look like they captured them perfectly here, but it just looks nice, you know? And this is all new. This is all new. Just like Wolverhampton's like one of those modernisation era stations, very similar to Stafford, like brutalist, semi-brutalist, semi-modernist. And then this bit's all new because they extended the tram around here. Right, close the doors. Onwards to Stafford, I guess. Crewe. Oh no, we're not stopping at Stafford. Oh, that means we get to go through the fast tracks through Stafford. That's 110 miles an hour through the middle of it. Oh wait, no, because I think you only go the fast lines are on the diversion route to via Lichfield, Trent Valley. So maybe we'll have to slow down to go through the platforms. Look at that Voyager coming in. Look at that. I mean, this line is busy. I mean, I think this is their first route as well. I think the people involved must have worked for DGG or have some experience, because this is up there with, like, aside from those weird timetable quirks with the times in the left, top left, not appearing properly, and then the doors doing weird things with the setting off the passengers and stuff. But aside from that, the route is incredibly well built for a first time route. Like, it's up there with Just Trains. I like the timetable is impeccable. Like, it's train. Onwards we go. And now we get up to like the big fast speeds, 125 miles an hour. Just got to get out of the urban, out of Wolverhampton. Oh yeah, and this tower, by the way, they mentioned on the stream that it's a student tower, but actually, when it was built, it was the largest modular building, the tallest modular building in Europe, if not the world. And but what that means is that it isn't built like, say, with like a concrete frame. It's built like because they're all just like little self-contained rooms. Each one is just like this little concrete box stacked on top of another one. It was really interesting to see them build it, because they arrived prefabricated, these concrete boxes, which is the students' room and the bathroom all locked into one, and they just stacked them with a crane on top of each other. And then they clad all the outside and make it look like it's just any old building. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. That was a very long time ago, and they built it though, like 15 years ago. So there's probably much taller modular buildings now. But at the time, it was like a trailblazer. And I think a lot of student buildings are built like that, to be honest. Capsule, like, from the outside they look like normal buildings, but they're built as like stacked capsules. Okay, how modern. And look at this beautiful viaduct travelling across. Lovely. Lovely. See, all of this was electrified in the 60s, in the 50s, or yeah, early 60s, I think. This was part of the earlier phase between London and Stafford and Crewe, including Birmingham. And then later on they extended to Manchester, and then onwards to Scotland. Upwards to 90. Ooh, qué rápido. I think this service is for... Oh, is for Edinburgh, yeah, to go to Scotland. Because it won't show it on the map here, but there is a line, the avoiding line via Lichfield Trent Valley, that I think after Rugby or Nuneaton sort of branches off, goes up here and then joins at Stafford. Or no, joins at Crewe. And that doesn't pass by like as big cities as Birmingham or Wolverhampton. I think it goes via Northampton and Nuneaton and Lichfield. So Lupita. Just standing in the middle of the floor licking the buffet. As dogs do. So now we're in the wild world of... So there's far fewer stops once you get outside of the core of Wolverhampton and Birmingham, the sort of Black Country, West Midlands region. And there used to be more stops, but they were sort of all like, I think there was a policy of beaching was one of them was, on big express lines closed down intermediate stations, so you could increase the throughput of faster trains, express trains. And also because a lot of the small towns that were built on alongside these were small, so they weren't using the railways as much. So there would have been a lot more than there are now. I'm trying to think, because I think we passed through Shrewsbury and... Let me think. Is this Stafford? That's Stafford, isn't it? It's Stafford. Is the one before then? I don't think there is. Oh, there's something. What's this? Penkridge. Okay, so that's Stafford. And is there anything else? Oh wait, no, I think Shrewsbury was up. He's off somewhere over there. Yeah, the TSW trains only goes far Wolverhampton, so it must be. I will put the speed select on. Yeah, give us 124. That works for me. Lovely. Look at that. Lovely. And this does feel distinct from the West Coast Main Line South because that is very much a high-speed route. This is much more like, I mean, we're about 2/3 of the way in, and we're only just now getting up to 125. So a lot of it is very much a low-speed sort of meander through the outskirts of a city, and then boom, you're in the countryside and you can get up to speed again. And now from here, we should pretty much stay over 100 miles an hour now, except for around Stafford, maybe. I think we might. Let me have a look. Do we go through? Oh no, I think we have our own. Oh yeah, we do. We have a through. Oh no, the fast lines are there. So I guess we're gonna have to slow down when we get there if we're passing through a natural platform. Lovely, ain't it? Lovely. So yeah, I'm enjoying TSW6. But the thing about a route like this is, it shows you how a well-optimized route can work. Like, there aren't that many stutters on this route, considering like this is my 3rd time running it, and it's full of trains and a busy timetable. Whereas you compare that with some others, and it's interesting for sure. And yeah, I should say that my current setup with computer-wise is a I still have my Ryzen 7 5700G, I think it is. Ryzen 7 5700G. And 32 gigs of RAM. And now I have an AMD 9070 XT graphics card, 16 gigs of VRAM. So I'm more than set up for this. The only possible bottleneck will be the CPU, and that should be fine. But yeah, the game, some routes still, some of those German routes, the newer ones still, like Frankfurt, still causes it to choke a little bit. But I'm happy about this, and I'm interested to see when the 805 comes as well, because oh sugar, oh no, the TPWS is not going to let me live this down. Oh, we're coming up to Stafford now, so yeah, that was that 60 I was talking about. Oh, it's not going to give up, is it? No, it's going to punish me. Oh, it goes down to 30. Gosh. Okay, well, if it's going down to 30 anyway, then... Oh no, what have I done? I turned off the Oh no, I'm gonna sail with this red. Oh no, it's green. That's okay. What does my speedometer say? I've broken it. Oh, there's a freight train. Is the train up there, or was it back there? Back here. I swear the cameras are the wrong way around as well in this. Like, where's my static camera?
Platform 4 for the calling at only.
Oh, I guess it's gonna forgive me only when we come to a stop. There we go. Now it forgives me. Now I've got speed back. So yeah, you can't reset the brakes on the Pendolino until you come to a stop. But oh well. Wow, we full on have to like cross over into at a 30-mile-an-hour junction to pass through Stafford. What were they thinking? Surely I could just carry on this one and then they... Oh no, that branches off. Oh, that branches off. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Oh, and then we can get back up to 125 before we get to the station. Okay, 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 that's weird. Oh no, we passed through the station. God. Okay. Get me up to speed. Back to 125. Actually, how long have we got? 9, 10. Okay, so 20 minutes until we get to Crewe. That's not too bad. Where are we at? Okay, yeah, it'll be an hour-long video then. Sorry in advance. Oh, how dare you wheel spin? You're going up to 3, throttle 3 when we get to 60. Come what may. I turned off the random incidents, by the way, in case you're like, oh, we haven't had any. Because they're too frequent. They're not random. It's like you're guaranteed one every time you run a service, so it's not random. It's just a thing that just random where it and when it will happen, but it's not random that it will happen. I was hoping that when you set it to low, it would be like, okay, maybe every 1 in 3 services you'll get it, and you'll be like, oh my god. But instead, it's like, no, you're going to get it in every service. It might not happen when you think it will, and those bloody speed restrictions. You can imagine when I first time I ran this route, I was going from Crewe to Stafford, I think, or Stafford to Crewe, yeah. And so I'm on this stretch of line going 125 miles an hour, and then suddenly I see like a 40 appear. I'm like, are you? I mean, I know that's the nature of like speed restrictions, but I was still like, you what? I can't remember what route I was playing yesterday, a German route, and I got tripped up by PZB that was on one of the speed restrictions. And I was like, you what? I think in part because I wasn't sure when the PZ, like, I obviously wasn't paying attention. Standard. But it didn't feel like the signals had brought me down to a speed to expect that PZB once I got to the temporary speed restriction. Okay, look at us, look at us, look at us, look at us. Tilt, full tilt, full tilt. That's a nice thing when you're in full tilt. You look out the window and you just see sky. And the thing is, if you're not actually paying attention, you won't realise the train has started to tilt. And then you'll suddenly look up and you'll be like, on one side you look down and it's like fully the ground. And on the other side you look up and it's fully the sky. So like, I'm looking up and I'm just seeing like sky. Wait until we pass the trees. Yeah, like sky, and then, but if I look the other way, I'm just seeing ground. Like it's really surreal when the first time you notice that when you're on a pendolino. Because even though, like with ordinary trains, you'll have the super elevation and the trains will lean in the corners and stuff. You don't get it as like obvious as that, and because the pendolino windows are small as well, so they cut out the top and bottom. So it's like. So like when you're looking up, you're not seeing the ground, you're just seeing the sky because the windows are so narrow. And then when you're looking down, you're not seeing the sky because it's cut off at the top, so you can only see the ground. So it's pretty cool. Alright, I'll set us up and then put speed set at 23 or 24. And then we may humbly carry on until we get to Crewe. Hopefully, it's 15 minutes away. I am very content with this route. I will be doing a lot of it, and I have to say that I really enjoy doing the 170 on it as well. You don't take the 170 up here. This bit of the route, you'll only really do regular services. Will be the Pendolino, the 350. Yeah, because nothing else really goes north of Stafford except for that, and then maybe I guess the 66 does, but that's free. So that's free. And the Voyagers, I think, only go from Stafford to New Street. Or Wolverhampton to New Street, rather than on this stretch of the line. But when the 805 comes in, which is still on the roadmap, there haven't been any more details, I don't think, but it's by the same people who did this, so I expect it's going to be good. That, I believe, is a hybrid, diesel hybrid, but it will all only have to run under the wires here anyway, so... But, That'll be interesting because I guess some of these speed limits are for the tilted the tilt. So the 805 may have like lower top speeds, but it's a more modern train that's lighter weight, so it may accelerate better and keep to the same timetable. It's all the wonders of physics. Like if you put a modern multiple unit, electric multiple unit with no tilting on, it can probably still keep pace with the Pendolinos because it can accelerate faster out of corners, even if it has to slow down for them. And it can leave stations faster as well. The Pendolino would probably still win because it's not that old a train. It's still a multiple unit, and those higher top speeds do make a difference. But it wouldn't be like a huge 10-minute difference between Birmingham and Crewe. It would probably be like 2 minutes at most. That's why they didn't the trains that will switch between the West Coast Main Line and HS1 aren't going to be tilting. Because they're like, oh, we can just make faster trains that will get to Manchester just fine without tilting. They'll just accelerate faster out of corners, accelerate faster from stations. Oh, but don't get me started on HS2. I know I bring it up every time and then I'm like, oh god, I don't want to moan about it, but... Look at that. 4 tracks wide, electrified, 125 miles an hour. We could be in Germany. Oh, I'm going to get a picture. I am. I'm going to get a picture. I'm going to try. What would... Okay. Let me turn off the fan. Let me see. What would I do if I... So I've rushed down the embankment. Rushed down the embankment. Oh, I can hear my computer going. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. I've rushed down the embankment to see this train. Capture it. That the field, I could make it. No, let's bring it out a little bit because I don't want that. Yeah. Would motion blur help? I don't think motion blur makes things look not too bad on this one here. Right. Continue. Exposure. Okay, reset. That'll do. It just will. $11 miles away. We're doing 120 miles an hour, which is 2 miles a minute, I believe. 4-car 350. What's that? London Midland colours. Oh, it's already gone. Love it. Love it. So yeah, we should be at Crewe in no time at all. But we'll have to slow down as we approach, obviously, and I need to give myself a lot of time to slow down because the brakes aren't very good in this weather. But yeah, I love this route. It's like snagged. I mean, it is very much for me. This is like oh, what's it called? That one in Germany that came out with TSW2, the launch route. Cologne to Aachen. That one is, I love that for Germany. For years it was my favourite. And this is very much like that. Like, you get these high-speed point-to-point services, but then you can do the stopping services as well. But then you get these nice uninterrupted sort of stretches of speed. And then if you do the 350, you can do those sort of regional semi-fasts. And some of the 350s sort of run non-stop between Crewe and Wolverhampton. So that's pretty cool. And then you got those little diesel trains as well. So this is the kind of route I live for, which is like a blend of fast and slow. Like actually, the Riviera line is very similar as well. All the best UK routes are the same. Like even London to Brighton, which is like third rail, all of them Electrostars. But you get the sort of Gatwick Express services that only stop in like 1 or 2 places, and then you get all these little slower stoppers. And that's like the genius of the route. I mean, because you get up to 90 miles an hour on that route as well, so it's not a slow route by any means. This is like obviously premier West Coast Main Line high speed-ish UK rail. Higher speed, I think they would call this line now. But 125 is 200 kilometers an hour. And if you think about some of the German routes, they go to 240, typically. I think even Kassel-Würzburg, if you're in an ICE-3, you only get to 240. It doesn't take you up to the full speed, which is 250. I mean, to be fair, that's like, 40 mile an hour difference or something. Or a 30 mile an hour difference, but the UK doesn't need super high speeds, because at 125 mile an hour, that links London and Birmingham in an hour and 20 minutes, which is a perfectly reasonable time. If you were going to build a new railway, you wouldn't prioritise speed over everything else. You would prioritise capacity. Making it a point-to-point passenger-only line is a bit. I said I wasn't going to run about HS2, but yeah. Oh! We got start. Add journey down to 110. Oh, we're only 3 miles away now. Okay, I might brake it a little bit more urgently, because yeah, we gotta get down to 80 as well. Because we are getting to these yellows now, so it looks like we may actually come to a red. Unless that red is preparing us for the 20 ahead and is bringing us down for that switch over outside Crewe. Possible. It will turn green as soon as we're under 20 and approaching it, but either way, I need to significantly slow down. But we're still, a mile away from that, so. Is that Pendolino coming? Oh, you know what? I might take down this route, a HST. I don't think there's any reason for a HST to be on this route. Not even cross country. Okay, yeah, I think it was bringing us down to speed. Oh, look, there's a 158 from East Midlands. Lovely. Oh, lovely. Look at this. Because Crewe is like railway central. It's like, look at all these junctions. Look at all these yards. Oh, we've got carriages up there and locos. And quite a few trains parked in here. I think we should see some AI stock as well. Some maybe a Northern 323. So we got a 87, 86, and then an 87. Bunch of Mark 3s, I think they are. Oh, look at that. Proper switch. We be switching. We got 350 waiting for us. We got 158. 158. That looks like a 150 from Transport for Wales. That looks like a 153. Is it? Or... yeah, it is. I guess we're going into this platform, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess if the... yeah, I don't think there's any 323s. They would be at this end. Chester, Liverpool, Maisie, Sonia. Ooh. Now, I think in the stream they already said the HCP, which would be, is nestled somewhere here. The Crewe train centre isn't actually modelled here, but oh, I don't know. I reckon they must have put something there. I mean, I don't think there will be anything there, but maybe they put like a colour scheme or a thing. We'll go explore. We'll go explore and then we'll call it a day. But I've enjoyed this. I will say that for sure. I think they said it wasn't accessible as well. So actually, what I might do is I'll turn off these. Off. I'll turn off the AWS and the DSD. Otherwise, it'll start buzzing when the AI driver takes it away. Oh, we're early. I'm genuinely seeing things. I was looking there like thinking, that's a train cab. That's the APT. It's like, no, that's part of the signal. Oh look, here's a Pendolino going in the opposite direction. Oh no, it's also going to the north. To north. Oh, look at it. Crewe. Very 80s addition to the front end of it. Although it always has been like a sort of utilitarian station in the sense of like it has so many platforms, not necessarily because anybody is going to Crewe itself, just because lots of trains pass through there. Because when you look at Crewe itself, it's like, that looks like a small town. It just happens to have a huge junction between railway lines, which makes it important. But yeah, Crewe used to have works and stuff that built trains and stuff. I guess now it's mostly maintenance, but British Rail used to build trains and stuff around here. Had Crewe, Derby, what was the other one? Swindon. Oh, I think those are the big three. Oh, there must have been another one. And then all privatised, all gone. Well, there are still people who make trains in the UK, to be fair. Bombardier still make them. I think they're in Derby. Oh, I think there's one in Doncaster as well. Bombardier, who are the other ones? Siemens have a train care centre somewhere. Hitachi have one in the northwest. That might be Doncaster. Northeast, not northwest. Okay. God. Oh yeah, well we're at the hour mark, but we're 10 seconds away from completing the service. And hopefully we'll get kicked out immediately and the train will leave and we can go and see where the ATP should be. Because it should be somewhere over there. Okay, lock doors. Nice. Gold only. I was pretty damn accurate. What did I miss? Speeding. Okay. I didn't use the safety. Oh yeah, because I didn't want to turn all of them on. I'll live with that. Return to free roam. What time is this train supposed to depart? Or maybe this is terminus. No, this was going to Edinburgh, wasn't it? And the time is... It's 9:10, and this train is... Oh. Huh? Oh, there we go. Alright. Bye. Oh, I'm in the standard. Oh, of course, London end is the other end. It's where the first class seats are. Ooh. Ooh, well, at least there's still people on the train. Oh, did we start leaving and get stuck by red? Why? What's coming in? Oh, it's something. It's a two-car something. Looks like a 150 from Wales. Oh, Wales. Okay, so where are we? We're here. And that means we can go across there, because that's, I guess we're going up here, is where I assume the train will go, if it's going to Edinburgh. I guess it could go this way as well. I think maybe that's the way towards Manchester, but I don't think it would go that way. But I don't think it's going off to the left, for sure. I think it's going to curve around. Let's see, what's this saying? This is saying... This is saying yes. Come through to here. And then... And then the disappointment of no ATP. Because it would be here. Lined up next to the railway. Yeah. Yeah. But that's fair enough. Oh look, we got a double pendolino. Oh, look at that. Double pendolino. If you know, you know. Right, we'll call it quits there then, because I'm about to go off the map anyway. And I will say that this is a really good route if you like West Coast Main Line South. If you like a mix of high speed and commuter regional, this is pretty much bang on for you. If you like British rail trains or UK routes, I think is what I was trying to say, then yeah, you can't really go wrong with this. It is nice. And yeah, it's a decent size as well. And it's oh, where does it go down? Oh, so you do get a little bit of the other side of Birmingham as well. I guess that's just for like little movements or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool. See, like I said, once you get past Wolverhampton, it's just there's not much. There's Penkridge, Stafford, and that's it. And then what's Basford Hall? Is that a state? Oh, that's a freight depot. So yeah, I strongly recommend this. Really love it. Does have like it's almost similar-ish vibes to Preston Carlisle, but more modern, obviously. As in, it's quality route, well made, and if you got all the layers, woof, it's good. I don't know what it would be like if you're just buying this and all you're going to get is the 350. I don't think it's going to be very interesting. But if you already own at least the Pendolino, um, that 170 from Rivet I bought the other week, it was on sale. I would recommend it because those 170 services do add something, and they also make the Birmingham Cross City line much better. So those two, I would say yes for sure, and the Voyager. Yeah, Voyager as well. At least that. And then if you get some heritage services or heritage, why can't I remember the word? Rail tour services. If you have the 87 and the 86. But yeah, I would recommend this definitely, especially if you have those layers. With that, I'll call it a night, and I'll say bid you adieu. But yeah, this is fun. I liked it. I like when we get a nice UK route that just works, is good, and it just has a great timetable right from day one. Like, how rare is that? How rare is that? Like, you don't get it that often. Not for like a random DLC from a new third-party developer, but like I said, they must have some experience because it's really good. And I assume they maybe used to, one of them may have made routes before or something, maybe as part of another third party or as part of DCG, because this is seriously good. So yeah, but yeah, I'll call it there. Hasta luego.